My friend, wait for this. Just when it seemed like the Eagles roster was set for Week 1, a hot piece of information surfaced behind the scenes that could change the franchise's plans. 3 high-profile players at low prices are still available on the market, and the Philadelphia Eagles front office could surprise everyone before kickoff against the Cowboys. And that's just the beginning, because in addition to these potential signings, I'll reveal bold predictions from the experts for the 2025 season, and also expose who truly is the biggest threat to the Eagles' reign in the NFC. So, like and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to tell you today will set the Green Nation on fire. The Philadelphia Eagles offseason was marked by a series of moves that left fans excited and full of expectations. From the signing of safety Marcus Epps, the re-signing of long snapper Charlie Hewlett, and the arrival of offensive lineman Willie Lampkin, the franchise has been making changes to its roster to strengthen the team. However, with Week 1 approaching, the question remains, will the Eagles make any more bold moves before facing the Dallas Cowboys? The Philadelphia Eagles already have a very competitive roster, but as we know in American football, it never hurts to add more talent. Adding a pass rusher could be the ultimate boost, ensuring even more pressure on opposing quarterbacks, one of the keys to defensive success. The team has over $19 million in salary cap space, and with that, there are attractive options on the market that can be acquired without compromising the franchise's financial future. Speaking of reinforcements, some big names are available, such as Preston Smith, Carl Lawson, and Zadarius Smith, who could add experience and aggressiveness to the Eagles' defensive line. Besides being big names, they are also experts at pressuring quarterbacks, which could make the Philadelphia Phillies defense even more unbeatable. And with the history of injuries to key players in the NFL, having depth in the pass rush is always an advantage. Even though the team already has talent on the roster, changes like these could make a difference during the long season. Now, in terms of immediate needs, the big question is, do the Eagles really need more reinforcements? The Philadelphia Phillies roster has no glaring flaws. The offensive line is solid, the wide receiver group is deep, and the defense boasts good players, including the renewal at safety with Epps. However, with the Dallas Cowboys and other rivals becoming increasingly strong, it's natural for the team to seek to maintain its competitive advantage. The move isn't just intended to fill gaps, but also to ensure the team is in top form for the championship. Expectations are high for the matchup against the Cowboys, which promises to be a strategic battle, especially to secure a favorable position in the NFC. Even with a strong roster, we know that the NFL is unpredictable and that injuries are a constant reality. Therefore, the Eagles can't afford to relax. Furthermore, with the 2025 schedule posing significant challenges from the outset, it's essential that the team continues to strengthen to not only survive these adversities, but also emerge victorious. Any additions made now could be the missing piece in ensuring an even more successful season, maintaining the Eagles' status as one of the most feared teams in the league. So, what can fans expect in the coming weeks? We know Howie Roseman never lets an opportunity pass, and with a favorable financial situation, he can continue to make smart moves in the market to give the Eagles every chance of winning the title again. But specific roster reinforcements are only part of the equation. What's really catching attention now are the bold predictions for next season. With the 2024 season behind them and their eyes set on the future, the Philadelphia Eagles are ready for a new chapter in their NFL journey. Even with some significant roster losses, such as the departure of key players including C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the team remains one of the NFC's most powerful. But what will be the real impact of these losses, and how will the team adjust to maintain its level of excellence in 2025? The challenge begins right away, with a more challenging schedule ahead. The first few weeks will be difficult, with matchups against giants like the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Rams, and the Denver Broncos, all teams coming off playoff runs. Even though the Eagles roster is still packed with talent, the intensity of these opponents could make all the difference. Every game will be a true battle, and any slip-up could jeopardize the winning streak the team has built so well in recent years. The question is, will the Eagles be able to maintain their dominance, or will the more challenging schedule prove a difficult obstacle to overcome? The departure of players like C.J. Gardner-Johnson and other key players from last season is not going unnoticed. The team may have restructured, but the gaps left by these players are palpable. The secondary, for example, may feel the absence of Gardner-Johnson, a key contributor to turnovers and on-field leadership. However, the Eagles have a history of finding creative ways to overcome these losses. The question remains, will the defense be able to maintain the level of performance that led them to the Super Bowl last year? Another crucial factor for the Eagles' success in 2025 2025 is the management of Saquon Barkley. The running back was one of the biggest surprises last season, with exceptional performances that put the team in a prominent position. However, the key to their success in 2025 will be balance. The team knows it needs to manage its workload, especially considering Barkley's injury history. To help alleviate this burden, the Eagles have made strategic acquisitions. The arrival of A.J. Dillon, Montrell Johnson Jr., and Audric Estime promises a more balanced and robust running attack, capable of handling Barkley's workload throughout the season. This will not only preserve Barkley's health, but also make the Eagles' running game even more unpredictable and difficult to stop. If the Eagles' defense was one of the pillars that led them to the Super Bowl in 2024, the big challenge for 2025 will be maintaining that level of excellence, even with some changes to the roster. The arrival of Vic Fangio as defensive coordinator promises to bring a more creative and innovative approach. Fangio is known for his ability to adjust the defense to adapt to opponents, which could be a significant asset for the Eagles. Even with some doubts in the pass rush, he has the ability to surprise, using schemes that force quarterbacks to rush, creating opportunities for the defense to shine. The big question, however, is whether this new defensive formation will be able to maintain the consistency that has characterized the team in recent years. The pass rush, which was one of the strengths of 2024, needs to reinvent itself to continue damaging elite quarterbacks. And if Fangio can adjust the pieces and implement a solid strategy, the Eagles' defense could become even stronger and more difficult to break down. As much as the 2025 forecast brings challenges, the Eagles still have all the ingredients necessary to reach the Super Bowl again. With a talented roster, new strategic additions, and the brilliant mind of Vic Fangio, Philadelphia is preparing for a season of ups and downs, but one that ultimately could culminate in another appearance on the big stage. The key will be how the team reacts to the obstacles that arise. Balance in the running game, defensive adaptation, and the evolution of the aerial attack are fundamental for the Eagles to move forward and reach the Super Bowl once again. Thus, while the schedule promises formidable challenges, the Eagles' resilience and adaptability will be their most powerful weapons in ensuring the team remains atop the NFC and has a real chance of winning the coveted title. And as expectations for on-field performance rise, an inevitable question arises: who can truly threaten the Eagles in the NFC? And there's one team that's been prominent in discussions about next season: the Green Bay Packers. With the arrival of Micah Parsons, Green Bay's defense has received a significant boost, and many have begun to point to the Packers as the Eagles' biggest threat in the NFC. But are we truly seeing a team capable of challenging Philadelphia's reign? While the Packers have improved with the addition of Parsons, there are still many open questions, especially at cornerback. Without Jerry Alexander, will Green Bay's secondary be able to handle elite receivers like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith? And as for Packers quarterback Jordan Love, will he be able to deliver consistent performances in crucial moments, or is he still not ready to handle the pressure of the playoffs? The Eagles already beat the Packers twice last season, and even with Green Bay's improvement, it's difficult to imagine a real threat to the reigning NFC champion. In fact, while Green Bay struggles to find its feet, the Eagles are increasingly poised to challenge for another title. Based on the strategic moves, bold predictions for the 2025 season, and the challenges the Eagles will face, do you think the team can maintain its dominance in the NFC and win its second championship? Or will the roster changes and tougher schedule prove too much to overcome? Leave your opinion here, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.